All right, guys. So we just wrapped up a nice podcast with Shizzy, Sean Taaffe. It's a really good episode. Talked about Sean, his earlier years, what he was doing before he got onto social media, what his goals are. We went kind of deep with some of the personal struggles that we've had with our lives. And but overall, really good podcast. Very, very cool to hear that. So I think you guys will really like this one. We'll see you in the next pod. Cheers. What's going on, everybody? Welcome to another episode of the Lift Lab. Got a pretty cool guest in today. You all know him as Shizzy, Sean Taaffe. He's on the deck. We've already talked a little bit about some interesting stuff, but anyway, we had a good workout this morning. Got it back day in. Sean's got some pretty cool stuff to share, some news. So let's do it.
Yeah. Hey, you know what? You guys came in, and first thing that Sean was like, he's like, hi, but I need some water, bro, and food. So hey, today we're gonna do some. We're gonna eat, talk, hang, because you guys literally just finished your workout now,
don't mind
right?
me. I'm still eating. But.
Yeah. Hey, so what'd you guys hit today?
So we did train back. Wasn't like a super long workout, but just trained some back. Got like a little bit of a pump, and then what do we do? Just some posing.
Yeah.
Yeah. It wasn't a fiercely long workout, but it was a very isolated. It was like a good. Yeah. More.
So just quick questions, so for like the newbie fitness guys, right? So like, when's the optimal time to eat with food, or not with food, like after you work
with
out,
training
like nutrition wise? Is it
I think it's like at least after workouts, I would wait at least probably 45 minutes at least sometimes, but it depends. It just depends on the person. Depends on. When you just don't want to wait too long, because there's like this thing called the anabolic window, I think, and it closes after a certain amount of time. So you want to make sure all the food comes in before that door closes.
I heard it was like 30 minutes, right?
Something like. Well, if you have a shake, you get that down, and then that gives you like a buffer.
Yeah, right. Yeah, exactly.
It gives you like a little buffer. So
it's like a little gas in the tank,
Yeah, get you to the gas station.
Exactly.
Okay, another question. I see bodybuilders walking around. My buddy Chad, right? He's a bodybuilder in Hawaii. He carries around this religiously a huge gallon or a big jug of water all day. What's that all about?
Man.
Well,
you're like, I don't know.
No, no, because they'll probably be like, if they're competing or something. There's this thing called water loading, where in like the final few days before a show or in the last week, you drink as much water to water load, and then you got to pee it all out, and then you dehydrate yourself afterwards. So it helps to get all the water out from between the muscle and the skin, so you look sharper and drier when you compete. That's pretty much probably why they're carrying that big jug of water. I don't know who in their right mind would like to just drink a whole jug of water normally, because I can't stand drinking water. So unless you need to, unless I'm really thirsty. But I can't.
Yeah, when I was like mid bulk, I was doing I think 15 to 20 grams of creatine.
Okay.
And you got to really crank water when you're drinking creatine, So
100%.
What happens if you don't drink water?
Well, it's just not good for you.
Just shrivel
probably,
up and
dry
out.
I don't know. It's just because what the creatine does is it pushes the water into. It helps the muscle hold the water. It helps you, gives you more strength, gives you more endurance, gives you more stamina. It's all contributes to that. Have water.
It makes you look fuller.
Your
muscles hold water.
Just like Bruce Lee said, mate. Be like water.
Be like water.
Yeah, drink as much water as you can.
Water goes into the cup. It becomes the cup.
Water goes into the muscle. It becomes the muscle.
You're right. Right. So, Sean, looks like you're originally from Massachusetts, East Coast.
I'm originally from New York.
New York.
Yeah.
Okay.
I was just stationed in Massachusetts.
Stationed.
Let me just fact check this really quick.
Yeah, exactly. Started in the military then?
Yeah.
Okay. Can you share a little bit about that?
Yeah, I was in the Coast Guard for about 4 years.
Okay.
Yep. I was in the Honor Guard for 2, and then aviation maintenance technician for 2.
Wow.
Okay. Are you still?
What year did you finish, or how long were you in total, or when did you go in? Like straight after school?
So no, I went straight after rehab.
Yep.
Well, not straight after. I worked a job at Kubota. I was working at Kubota till I got let in, because I had to get a few waivers because I had court stuff from when I was younger, and then I was allergic to bees when I was younger too.
Oh dang!
And the Coast Guard was like, no to the allergy. They were like, we can't let you in.
Really?
Your liability.
Really? Yeah.
So we
yeah.
need to go to a lab. You need to get your blood tested and just to see if you're still allergic. So I went to the lab and the lady was like, yeah, everyone's allergic to bees, but you're a little more like hyper allergic. And I said, please just write on there that I'm normal. Like, please just write on there I'm normal, because I didn't have money to go to college, and I didn't really have much to do. So I'm like, the military, like, is like a key to use. And so she did it. And so I, set it in, and it just took a long time, man. I think I waited a year.
Wait, so you got her to exempt you from Man, he
Yeah.
sounds like you, dude. Like,
This is back in the day, though. Like honestly, like probably before COVID, the world was different. Honestly,
Right.
Even before then, it was different. Like every year, the world has changed. But
yeah,
I think this was about I was 20. Oh, this is about 7 years ago.
7 years ago.
Yeah.
So I don't know too much about you, Sean, or Shizzy, right?
Yeah.
So you said your core. I mean, that's one thing that I like to do is like, obviously you guys are friends and you guys know each other, but like I like to come with a fresh perspective, ask questions like as if I don't know nothing about you, right? So you said court, and you said like you had rehab. Like what happened there? Is this when you were younger or like?
Yeah, what was high school like? And then after
exactly.
That,
I was about to say like high school,
man.
man. Someone recently asked me like about because I show them my forearm workout routine, and I play a lot of lacrosse, and they're like, "Oh, you play lacrosse?"
Yeah.
And they're like, "Oh, like for real? Like you play lacrosse?" And I was like looking through my phone trying to find videos of when I was in high school, and I was looking at my stuff, and I just saw like I would be at games with no pads on because I was ineligible.
Okay.
Because I just would skip all the time, and my mom, I have 6 brothers and sisters.
Oh, geez.
So like we were all going to school at the same time. She would lose track of me. I could just skip and then just play video games or eat, do whatever I wanted to do.
Yeah.
And then that's what I was just doing. I was just like, man, school sucks. I just hated being poor.
Yeah.
Bro, I hated like walking into school like just feeling like you're ugly and shit.
Yeah.
Like that, bro. So I'm like, like this is just sucks. The only thing I had was sports. Like I love sports, bro.
Got you.
And but I couldn't even play. I was ineligible. So I said I just dropped out. And then I just thought like the next coolest thing was just being on the street and like having a car and that kind of stuff.
Just being a kid.
Running around,
being a teenager.
running around, just whatever.
Running amok with the boys.
Yeah.
Just running around with the boys.
And then And then when did you go? Oh, and then you went. You had a stint, did rehab.
Yeah.
Straighten up, and then military after that.
Yep.
Yeah.
How long ago was rehab?
I was.
How old were you?
I was 20 when I went in.
20. Okay.
20.
So what? And you're 28 now.
I'm 28 now.
Yeah.
8 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
So rehab, and then you went straight into the Coast Guard.
Yeah, not straight. It took about a year.
So you're off to work at
yeah.
that job. What was the job called?
Kubota.
What's Kubota?
It's a tractor company.
A tractor company?
Yeah.
What were you doing there?
I met a girl, and she was in North Carolina.
Yeah.
And I was
Sounds like a beginning of a country song right there.
And I was in New York, and so was talking long distance. I flew out to Boone.
So we moved down there for the girl.
Yeah,
and then got a job.
So I found a job.
I did that when I was 19 as well.
I drove my shitty ass 2000 Ford shitty stick shift truck, and it broke. Dude, both the forks of the tire irons,
the alignment,
they just broke on the highway, and I was just like truck just started. But we made it to North Carolina, and I worked that job until I got into the military.
Yeah, nice.
So you went
ever
there.
Since then, it's just been,
wait. So you went there for the girl?
Yeah.
And then did it work out with her?
Nah, man.
Obviously not.
I'm just asking. I don't know. You know what I mean? Wait, so
there's so many. It just didn't work.
And how long did you stay in North Carolina for?
I was there for probably like 6 months.
Oh, okay.
So not too long.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I did this thing like that. Would have been 19. Met this girl on Facebook.
Yeah.
And then we were chatting, and she came down to Geelong. She's like, "Oh, I'm going to head to this club." Saw her at a club, and I was like, "Oh, she's a little bit low." I thought she'd be stuck up, whatever. Anyway, we ended up getting together. Moved up to Newcastle like 6 months later, and then lived with her for about 6 months in my shitty busted Mitsubishi Solara. It was like a war pig.
Shit.
Because I trash it obviously. Drove that piece of shit up there, and then 6 months later, when it was like I think we broke up, and I went down to see my brother in Sydney. Drove it back home. Ended up having to sell it for $200 for scrap metal. It was busted. Yeah. So anyway, after the boat at the tractor company.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's an interesting. It's just like part of your story.
Bro, it's cool. Like
you know how to handle tractors.
I know, dude. I begged for a job. I swept the floors.
Oh dang.
Yeah, I was a.
So you were just clean. You were just trying to get it like
Just get
do whatever you
money.
needed.
Yeah.
You could do. Okay.
Yeah, it's still a tractor.
But
Yeah.
eventually they had me like driving a cool ass
Yeah.
tractors and
Nice.
stuff. It was cool.
So fast forward back then, if you were to reflect, did you ever think that you'd be doing? Because I know you got like how many followers you got on it?
I had like 1.5 million on Instagram, and then like 3.
Back then, would you be like, one day I'm gonna be on?
Never would have thought, would you? Maybe.
So how did that
Yeah.
start? Like, when did that happen?
Man, I was with my girl, my ex-girlfriend. She was from LA actually too.
Okay.
And I met her when I was in DC, Washington DC, stationed there in the Coast Guard. And she was like a photographer, a dancer, LA, classic LA girl.
Got it.
And
So you hear that? All girls from LA are photographers and dancers.
they're hustlers.
Right,
She was just a hustler.
Yeah.
Yeah, so she introduced me to like, social media.
Okay.
And, that kind of stuff, because before that, like I just grew up. I didn't even care about that kind of any of that crap. Like my family was on Facebook, and that was about it. So, but then she kind of introduced me to it.
Got you. And then what? You just started like? Do you remember? I always
She
ask
would
this.
like
Yeah.
post. She would like post. Like she wanted to do like dance videos, like couple dance videos and stuff. And one time she did like this. She asked me a video. Like there was like a video like 3 questions to ask your boyfriend, and like just see what their answers are.
Yeah.
So she like asked me 3 questions, and I answered the questions right. And then she posted it on TikTok and went viral because people were like, "Yo, this dude is fucking huge."
Right.
Like.
So was your shirt off in the
No,
video?
I was holding a beer. I was just like in the kitchen. I was just in the kitchen holding a beer. He was drinking. And I was just drinking.
That's
my
why it
beer.
went viral. What beer was it? No.
It was an IPA. It was probably Lagunitas, Lagunitas, whatever the heck.
Yeah.
But man, yeah, that's pretty much how it happened. I was like, I think I'm big. Like I do work out. Like might as well like post workout videos then.
Yeah.
Like I see other dudes doing it. Like the Trent twins heavily inspired me.
Uh-huh.
Like when I was just like looking on TikTok, like they were doing their thing. I'm like, yo, these dudes are cool. It's like me and my brothers, man.
Yeah.
So I'm like, I'm gonna start making videos too.
Yeah.
So
Got you.
When you and then you moved out here in only like a year ago or something, was it?
about 7 months, man.
So 7 months. So literally like new to
Feels
LA
like
this year.
Yeah, it feels about a year though.
Yeah. When did you jump on Insta? Like when did you? I can't remember.
Well, I've had my
When did
fitness account for
when did it just pop off?
about last year.
About a year ago.
Yeah.
So you got it real quick.
Oh, so
Things
just hit.
He just went like super, like because I remember the first time I think I like showed you, I got shown you was like probably last year from Mitch, I reckon, and he pulled it up and he's like, I don't know, but I wasn't really on my Instagram a lot. Like I had my Mitch like handle it for me, or whatever. Posting because helping me out because I just wasn't in the headspace. Like I remember we talked like I just want to get off social media, whatever. And then anyway, I think just popped up. I was like, what? Who is this? Who's this like freak show from popped out of the 80s or the 70s or something? Like it looks like another incarnate from like a 70s physique. And I just admired it because when you're tall, got big muscle bellies, but it just had a more classic, just a really pleasantly looking aesthetic classic physique. And when I think of that, I'm like, it looks like it was cut like one of those Greek statues that you see in Greece. It's a beautiful shape. Good
How's that feel?
It goes with his looks. He's got good hair.
Crazy.
And it just fits him. So I was like, wow, this is a really he's got great lines. And then and then fast forward to now, he's you want to break the news? He's got a pretty cool event. He's got a pretty cool event coming up this Saturday, which I just found out today as well.
This Sunday.
Which I think
Saturday.
And
This Saturday, okay.
I think he just found it probably a day or two ago.
Yeah,
that he's
not
doing
too
it
ago.
too. So
All right, let's break the news. Come
Yeah.
on, let's
So
get
he's-
it.
I'm competing this Saturday, man.
Wow, really?
Yeah, we're
He's-
gonna compete this Saturday. Yeah.
All right.
No one hasn't- yeah, but-
let's get it.
it's an interesting one though because it's not like a standard federation. Like it's literally going to be judged on just more of like the separation or the size. They're not looking for definition or shreds. So it's much more classic. It's like it's got like
proportions.
bringing back some of the more old school vibes, which I think is great because all bodybuilding is these days. is it's like how massive you can get
Yep.
and how shredded you can get. Basically, a lot of it.
The guy who's running the show, Six Packs Gym in Culver City, he was like, they don't have any personality when they're on the stage. Everyone is just a number.
Yep.
They tell you to do a pose, they do the pose, and everyone is just doing the same pose. When your personality comes into play, you see people's routine. Yeah, that's like 30 seconds, but you should be up there really just like being yourself in every pose, because that's just who you are. Bodybuilding is an art. It's an expression. You're expressing yourself. Why do you think people pose to those slow, romantic, or classical music? Because this took years and pain and like all this stuff. Like it is beautiful. It is art. And it should be looked at that way, not just like number 55.
you're not like
you
a
should
cow.
know who you are, bro. Like that's it's Jay Cutler quad stomp. It's the Calum von Moger. Like this. I remember this joint right here, bro. Once I saw him hit this, I was like, that is cool. He literally took the one that Arnold did and just made it his. Right. Just by doing that, it's just it's him. So it's like that's what is what makes me excited about this show. Is it's golden.
So have you thought about what the Shizzy's going to be?
Yeah, I'm really excited. I'm going to go up and check it out this Saturday and just help him with his, because this is like the second time he's competing. Yeah.
Nice.
So come up. Yeah, just fucking just check it all out.
Yeah,
so curious, have you thought about what the Shizzy move is going to be like?
I think he's got a few. The it's just variations of bicep. And he's got that. He's got a few good ones. There's another one. That one on that one of the last ones he posted on his. That's signature. But there's not many people that can do it, and he can do it really well. So you got to keep it alive, put a twist in it.
And the beautiful thing is, you're not at your peak until you're like 35.
Right.
So
I got one more year. Sweet.
Man, he's got plenty.
Yeah.
Like plenty of years. As you can see in the YouTube video, if you watch that YouTube video, just the sheer size of this dude, bro. Like the rebound. I just want to say, like, when I messaged you on Instagram, I said I was proud of you, bro. Like I saw that video, and it made me remember when I was going through my stuff, and when I came out, I felt like I didn't know how people saw me, like, because they didn't know what I went through in that little period of time. Like they really didn't know. And the only thing that, like, the only real thing I could say, bro, I feel like the only thing anyone could say is we're proud of you.
Thank you, bro.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, because I mean, like I said, I wanted to throw the towel. I wanted to quit. Especially after, having a clean record, I had a very clean record for 32 years or whatever. And then, one big screw up, and it just kind of crushes you from the inside a little bit. And then when I did come out, it was like, I was overwhelmed. I think I got anxiety, got a bit like depressed, all that sort of stuff. So yeah, I'm glad I did come back, because I'm glad I can be here. I can chill it out with you, and and then just hopefully help. Yeah, like I said, lift people up on the lift pod, mate. Hopefully get some, like other people get inspired or get moved, or it's like, hey, if I can do it, you can do it. Just keep moving forward. Whatever it takes.
What do you remember? So it's kind of interesting that, like, I've known Cal for a long time, right? Like, we did his merch for years, and like, friends, and just doing a little bit of life, right? Probably before like some of the crazy stuff happened. Like I kind of met him like right when he was settling into LA, right? And and then more people come, and I was it was like it gets noisy, so, especially like when you have like 50,000 followers, it's a lot different than 1.5. Now people don't see you as a person; they see you as a number. Yeah, you're like Sean Shizzy, 1.5 million, right? You're no longer just hey Sean from New York. You know what I'm saying? But it's interesting that you started your Instagram and your social media started moving, which is an interesting phenomenon in general, right? And like people, I'm gonna become a fitness influencer and stuff.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Meanwhile, while you're seeing stuff from him like a year ago, like what were you seeing? Like, I mean, what were some of the things you remember about that time? Just curious.
Of when I was watching.
Yeah.
It was the poses, because I also was heavily inspired by Arnold.
Yeah.
And the only one other person that I could ever say that like made me a physique I wanted to chase was Calum. Was him.
Really?
Yeah, really? Yeah, right.
It was it was the only other physique I ever wanted like to go after.
Right.
Because in my eyes, it was the most classic. Like it was the most aesthetic.
Thank you.
It was like
Yep.
it was the arms, it was the chest, it was the shoulders, the leg, the calves. It was just like he's tall, like you said. Like it was just like it made me see Arnold. Like I saw that, and so I was just like,
carry on the
dude, he's carrying the
torch,
he's
carrying the legacy. Yeah.
So like that's why like I started watching his videos and like it was the personality. Like he would just be like chomping on some fruit, chopping it up with his buddy, and just laughing about some girl, and then just like cranking out like leg extensions and flip flops, and you just see his quads just like fucking. He's just joking around, chomping on fruit, and like this guy is like funny as hell.
Yeah,
and he's swole, so he's like he's a cool dude. He's a cool dude. He's got a cool physique.
For sure.
Someone that I think I want to be like.
You got to carry it on. You're carrying it on just.
You know it, dude.
You carried it on just right.
What,
awesome.
So curious, why do you think that like the classic physique wasn't as popular? Like obviously Olympia has that certain physique, and you had other people. Like Calum was basically one of the, if not the main guy, doing that. What do you have any thoughts on that? Like, because I know Steve Cook, he was kind of like he was kind of known as a certain physique too as well, right? But like, was there? Like, do you think there's a reason for that? Like, why?
What were you saying?
No, just Olympia versus like this classic physique. Right?
Oh yeah.
Like, why? Because all these Olympia winners, they do look significantly different, and they don't. I think they announced they started running a classic division. What they started 3 years ago?
No, I think it was in 2016. Or 17 or 18. 17.
Got it.
16 or 17.
But why is it not as popular as maybe some of like the,
I think it's just because human nature. We have to take something and then make it and just like blow it up. So we took bodybuilding and we're like, how far can we go with this one? Can we go to the moon with this? That's why these guys look like 350 pounds on stage.
Right.
Like, it's like they took it too far. It's just the human nature, we just want to see how far we can go.
Got it.
But we always resort back to what's classic, bro. And what's classic is what's God's given. It's natural, man. Like or whatever, not natural. That's not what I'm saying. It's like our own physique, bro. Is like what
it's already a gift.
It's who we are.
It's who we are. Yeah, and just express it. But yeah, you're right. Some people I think do take it just too far, and then you see leading like people end up dying if they take it real extreme. So yeah,
I don't know. I just think it always just resorts back to that. It's just what I don't know, like. I think like what motivated me and like what got me going into fitness is when I was in rehab, I had a relationship with God. I found God.
Oh, amen.
And when I got out, I was like, what can I eat that is the most like Native American, like natural, rooted, like like strong food, so I could just become strong,
Right.
And so I just started to just think that way, train that way, like what's gonna make me strong, and like I feel like. I lost my train of thought, bro.
Yeah.
That's what I feel like.
Yeah.
And I literally don't remember where I was going with that.
Yeah.
Sorry about that.
Yeah, bro. What about I just got this here.
No, meaning like you were saying, so when you're in rehab, it was like trying to do things more naturally, and like that's a God-given gift. And I've been thinking about that a lot too. I feel like one of the things I've been on recently has been how far has society and human beings changed in the last 5 to 10 years. And to your point, it's like we're living in an extra culture. Everything's got to be extra. Hey, I got to be extra. Look at what social media has taught us, right? It's like, you got, and there are real algorithms, right? And the algorithms almost now dictate the way people act and behave online because they're rewarding it. And they're like, you want to be, no, you got to be extra. You want to
be a bop? All right, then go ahead. Everyone,
You feel me? And to your point, like,
crazy.
Yeah, I think almost everyone's got to go through a little, that's what Lift Lab, we even try to, I've been talking to Cal about like even steroid, because he's been open about it.
Yeah.
But it's like so hidden and stuff. Like, and you gotta like look for it. I'm like, yo, Cal, why don't you just tell people? Just talk to people about what's going on, right? Just so that at least the awareness is there.
Yeah.
But the problem about the internet, a lot of times I feel like it not only tries to promote people to be more extra, but it covers up things that people don't want to talk about. So you're just like, have you heard of this thing called echo chambers?
No, I haven't.
So there's these ideas of like when you're online and you start talking and you start like giving your opinions, the algorithms start putting you into these echo chambers. So you're only hearing things that you're talking about. And then your world becomes so subjective to it. So you think everyone is conservative. You think everyone's
Wow.
liberal, right?
Just keeps feeding you the same. The algorithm just keeps feeding you the same thing. That you mean?
Right.
Keeps feeding you the same kind of material.
And to your point, just about like the Olympia and stuff, like you said, I think there's a big point of just like I think that's deep,
Dude,
bro.
yeah.
Because I guess what my point was this.
Yeah.
I believe, like someone was telling me the other day, that like God's relationship with human beings,
Bro.
He loved humans as human beings, but the more we become less human,
Bro.
right?
Yeah. He said in Genesis, he's like, it grieved his heart
Yes.
to see his creation. And he's like, I'm going to wipe you off the face of the earth. And that's when he sent the flood, bro.
Yeah.
Like, it literally, he was just like, dang,
Yeah.
you guys are acting up.
Yeah.
And it's like, honestly, bro, I hate to put it back to an anime reference, but like, I think it's Genjutsu, like Sasuke and Itachi, they can do this thing with their eye and then just put you in an alternate dimension and make things
Different
repeat
reality,
itself.
Yeah.
But like, it's almost like that.
Yeah.
Like what you're saying, the algorithm, the echo tunnel,
Echo
chamber is like you're literally living in a reality that they want you to see and be happy in.
Yeah.
And they don't want you to go and wake up and look outside of reality. And the one thing I feel like that can do that is the core things in life, which are God, your dream, and your family.
Amen.
Like, there are three things like really motivate you in life, and those, like, I feel like those are like the three things we can search in life to try to find happiness. But if you don't grow your dream or chase your dream, or you don't cultivate the relationship with your family, or you don't ever ask, is there someone out there, like, you're never gonna really live, dude.
Yeah. I think that's the key thing of human beings. I remember talking to Calum when he was going through all those things like a year and a half ago. I just realized real quick, I'm like, life or Satan or these demonic energies stole your vision and stole your dreams. You can't see, you don't know where you're going. You know what I'm saying? You don't dream, you don't want to wake up. You know what I'm saying? You're like, dreaming and having vision is what propels us as human beings to achieve and to go, right? Like, you have a vision and a dream of what your optimal physique is. I mean, maybe you've achieved it by now. but meaning, like, you had a vision of, didn't you say that, Cal, too, a long time ago? You're like, dude, I would put a picture of like Arnold Schwarzenegger up.
Like on my bedroom walls and stuff, in the cupboards and stuff.
Yeah, because you would visualize.
Yeah, just see his poses and stuff, and I'll be like, just keep putting in my head, like, this is what, I'm aspiring to be, something like this. So I'd constantly motivate myself with that image, but I don't really do that anymore.
Yeah, we gotta get back. Wait, so one of the things that one of my favorite quotes is, "Where attention goes, energy flows." So you put your attention on things of like, things of the earth.
That's good.
Energy is gonna flow to things on the earth. You put your attention on heavenly things or dreams and visions. Like, I love that about what you're saying though, right? It's because like, especially like in rehab.
Oh yeah, bro.
If you're just like, hey man, my life sucks. So like, hey, you know what? You're always being defensive and you're trying to like, posture against things that are coming against you. But if you're in rehab and you're like, hey, I have a vision that I'm gonna become a champion bodybuilder. I have a vision that I'm going to go become a successful entrepreneur. And I think those are the things that all greatness starts with, right? You have to have a vision or a dream.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
So true. It's so true.
Yeah. You had a quote that you used to say about the oak tree.
But like the acorn starts as it's a seed, but it's doesn't even know what its potential is going to be, I guess, But small things can go into great things. Just gotta water it right.
Yeah. So curious, so in the gym right now, like, what are you kind of like working on, like, just as far as like the next level of Sean Shizzy?
Dude, I'm gonna tell you, working out, your training has to change. Like, it has to evolve. You can't train with the same intensity. You have to switch it up, dude. So like, I've been training for almost like 10 years. So, like...
So 27 now?
He's 28.
28. So
28.
from 18...
I would say, yeah.
Were you at least, like, strong when you were 18? Or?
No, I was just, like, I would hit the gym, and, like, I was, like, smoking cigs, like, I was just... I thought I was invincible, bro. Like, I was just a dumb kid, but I was still in the gym,
Yeah.
But the point is that right now I'm just going back to the basics. We were talking earlier. I'm getting rid of all the diet plans. There's no diet. There's no plan.
Got it.
All it is just core, mind to muscle, control, squeezes, pushing yourself past your last workout.
Got it.
And like thinking of it like over like basically like outthinking yourself, outthinking your muscle. Like, oh, like you think we're gonna go heavy today? That's what you thought coming into the gym. We're actually gonna first we're gonna hit with reps, reps first, and then we're gonna stretch
Shock
it,
the muscle.
and then we're gonna hit it with some weight,
the muscle. Yeah.
shock the shit out of it.
Yeah.
Got it.
Right now, being in the gym is just like it's just fun. I'm having fun.
Changing it up.
So you're kind of just going with the flow.
It's the non-routine.
Going with the flow,
the non-routine routine.
That's it.
Yeah.
Is that it? Like the non-routine.
The non-routine routine.
How does that work? So is it like
you just go with there's no like structure. It's just it's free. It's like there's no structure. There's no like I'm going to do following an exact workout plan, 6 reps, 6 sets of this whatever, and then following. It's like you go in there and you just kind of go the instinct.
And I hate this. I'm not saying like I don't have a diet because I eat a big breakfast. I eat like 5 meals, 6 meals.
Right.
So like I am eating, but I'm eating foods that I feel like my body wants.
Well, that's what I thought. I said someone said an interesting thing about like dieting. Like it's just overplayed, overused, like overrated word. The word diet. The diet is like usually when someone goes to lose weight or something, go on a diet, but as bodybuilders, we're constantly trying to have more food. So it's not like a diet. It's just like we're just eating
nutrients.
It's just food plan. It's just nutrients. We're just eating food. And it's like we eat that regularly. So we're not like on this. We're not just eating that food for a period of time. We're constantly eating. So it's I don't know about this word diet sometimes.
It's so weird because the way I think of it is super like childlike. I'm like, if I eat guacamole right now with my bread, I feel like now I'm getting a little bit of carb in my muscle and we're laying a nice layer of a little bit of fat on top to get it a little bigger.
Yeah.
So that's the way I think.
That's
it's
how
just
you're
like
painting that picture.
Yeah, it's just like all this food is going to my muscle. It's not going anywhere else.
I think
mine goes in my gut.
I think
I gotta work out a little bit more.
I think you keep doing this, but you could start paving a new pathway, right? Because you look at everyone's like eating food to get diced and shredded and look exactly what the judges want you to look like. Shizzy, Sean's training to give an image of what he thinks looks good, what he likes, right? And you watch how many people have already conned onto it, support it, love it. So I reckon it could, and now we've got this show coming up.
Yeah.
So it's going to get broadcasted.
And
it's going to blitz up. We're going to grab that double belt sword or whatever you're going to pop out.
Yeah.
So
I'm
also excited for you, man.
I challenge all the popular fitness influencers right now that are on the line to compete in the show.
Yeah.
All together, like because everyone's like, oh, I'm the best this or I'm the best that.
So you mean like everyone just do like as in everyone like put them in the same show?
The same show.
Yeah.
Step on stage, dude.
Yeah.
Like everyone's talking about they're the best. But I don't see nobody doing anything. But like you just see one or two guys match up in the Olympia or like those big guys for like the USA or whatever.
So you're more talking about like influencers versus bodybuilders. Bodybuilders obviously most of them are competing.
Yeah,
influencers calling themselves bodybuilders that aren't competing.
And then have them all come.
Yeah, do a show. That'd be amazing. We should do it.
Have them all come.
You guys should set it up, man.
Dude, because it's way more than you think. Because the NPC Federation is a big federation.
Put your muscle where your mouth is.
Support that.
Hey, that's immersion right there. I like
Put
that.
your muscle where your mouth is, eh? But that's like, dude, like that's an avenue that has not been paved. But like, that's what's scary about it. It's like you don't know what the algorithm's gonna do to you. You don't know what people are gonna do to you. Like, because people
become slaves to that, right?
Yeah, dude.
People just like feed off of that endorphin, hit the likes, comments, and stuff. Performing, it's like you're trapped in that genjutsu. Itachi's got you in his genjutsu.
He got you on that repeat, bro.
And you're just trying to get sucks the soul out of you. That's why you keep it real. Just have fun with it. Post it, don't post it, and don't overthink it. Right?
I'm sure you get it all the time too. How do you become a fitness influencer? How do I?
I didn't try to become a fitness influencer. I was just doing bodybuilding.
You love it. I was passionate about it. Yeah, exactly.
Embraced it. Had a knack for it.
Boom.
People got that different star shining over them.
Yeah.
So.
Do you ever like look at you don't gotta call people up, but do you ever look and be like, oh, it's so cringe, dude? Like, what? Oh, man.
All the time.
I mean, I look at some of my shit. I'm like, damn, that's cringe. Some old stuff. I'm like, yeah. That's what I'm saying. Like,
it's part of who
you are. You would mature, dude. Like, and so I'll never look at someone and say it's cringe, man. Like, or like I won't judge like that hard, unless it's like some really like messed up stuff. But
Yeah.
We're all trying.
So, quick question: what are your thoughts on like just the fitness industry in general right now over the last 3 years? Like how it's changed. Like I was talking with Antoine, right?
Anton, yeah.
And we're saying how a lot more kids are like, I mean, there's more. Part of me, I think, is because social media is so hot, right?
Yeah.
And like people are looking at physiques and it's more accessible, and people are seeing more shows on TV and seeing people like it's just more desirable to look in shape, right?
Yeah.
And he was just saying how certain things have gotten more popular, but it's not because it's just like more people are going to the gym, more people are doing these things, and the fitness industry in itself, maybe over the last 5 years, 10 years, exploded, right?
Yeah.
But curious what your thoughts are on the industry in general. Like, do you think it's cool right now? Do you think it's changed? Do you not think it's cool? Has it got to social media? Like, just curious about like your overall.
It's like another reality, you know. I think it's missing community, man. If I'm gonna be honest, like if it needed anything, it'd be community.
It's missing community.
Yeah.
Like I'm talking like
Okay.
in the fitness industry. Like I was just talking to a couple other guys about this too. Like how cool would it be if we all bought motorcycles and we just started like a motorcycle gang?
More sociable, more like less like
More person,
less digital, more personable.
Yeah, man. Like we just did more like
what were you doing when you were kids before you had social media?
Yeah, exactly. Like nowadays, it's probably like, oh yeah, like well, who's gonna get a bike and I gotta get a license and who you're gonna pay for it? Like I get it.
Yeah.
Like I'm not saying, that
Just create camaraderie, friendship,
something, bro. Like I just feel like there's so many knives. In,
right.
Like in their digital knives. Like you don't you don't see them, you feel them. You know, like it's weird. It's just different, bro.
I like that. You don't see them, you feel them though. No, for sure. Like digital knives. That is interesting that you bring, because people are probably just hating online, but then in person it's like, hey,
it's different, dude. So it's like I feel like if we had community, bro, it would just kind of iron all that out.
Got you.
And like obviously, like we start a bike gang. Obviously, we were gonna probably take it to the moon, but like. Our bike gang's about peace, dude. We bring love, like, and we got some nice bikes, you know. Like, and we like to have fun, dude. We like to eat good food, and like, we go on night rides, we go to beaches. We have fun, you know. We have fun.
Right.
We're not square.
Yeah.
But like,
we watch anime together.
But like, I just feel like if people are looking up to us, why not make something to say something like that, like a young kid,
right?
As they grow, they're gonna want to have like some kind of hobby too, like
right.
Get into something now, like
yeah.
I don't know.
Well, it's cool. Like we did a hangout on last Saturday, so the idea was kind of like that. Was like, hey, people that live together, you know what I mean? It's stronger together, always stronger together. You're on your own. Well, and that's another thing why we try to put this. Like the original purpose of this podcast was not only to just talk, because like. Talking is good. It's healthy, right? Communicating is good. But it's also like share information that Calum went through to maybe encourage the next generation. Because obviously you're 28 now.
Yeah.
What's the 17-year-old, 18-year-old version of you guys looking at right now? And I was like, well, Cal, we should do a podcast so that you can put out content and encourage the next generation. Maybe share with the next generation. Maybe Sean, you share, sharing your highs and lows, right? So that the next generation of 18, 19, 20-year-olds could be inspired. Actually, I saw some kid on the comments on the last video, and he's like, Calum, I really appreciate you doing this video. It's really inspiring. He's like, I was considering doing all these things, and I've decided I'm not going to do it.
Yeah,
He's like 17 years old.
Oh, really? Isn't he 17?
The kid was 17 years old, and
good,
I'm like, just
so
one video.
Yeah, what, you mean taking tests? Like
Yeah. I mean, he was tempted. He was like, I mean, 17 years, he doesn't know what he's doing.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Just wait. Yeah. It's better, if anything, just avoid it if you can, I think it's great. Like, look, Shizzy, he's like, trained his ass off 10 years, got a beautiful physique.
Yeah.
Like, you don't have to spoil it with, you don't have to spoil it with drugs and stuff. And you shouldn't have to, unfortunately, we all probably do. A lot of us, feel the pressure from everyone else and the internet and what's being blasted out there and being so exposed to it.
Yeah.
It's like, well, what hope do these kids have when there's just so much information getting stuffed down their throats about this and that, and like probably not many people really talking about the truth about what the harmful effects of it are. They see the ripped, like massive, like they see the physique, they see the crown, but they don't see what
right.
Sacrifices or health risks or what you got to deal with on the other side. It's not really worth it. Right, I don't think, if I go back, I'd be like, damn, maybe, it would have been nice to see how far I go. Yeah. But anyway, so anyway, each their own. So
Yeah.
Like I was, I'm not perfect. I'm not a perfect Christian. You know, I try. My pastor does jujitsu, and I rolled with him.
I love that.
And dude, like he told me, he told me to tap, and I didn't want to. He was choking me out.
Yeah.
And he almost passed out. Like I had to tap. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But I came into that match, and I was just like, thought I was gonna just whoop him, bro. You know, like I'm bigger than him.
Yeah.
No offense if you're watching this.
Yeah.
He beat me twice, and then he took me out to lunch after, and I could barely swallow.
Right.
You know, because my throat was so swollen. But like, he told me, he was like, "Yo, what do you want to do?" I was like, "I want to help kids." He's like, "Well, like maybe I could help you do that. Would you be willing to open up like a teen challenge, the rehab I went to at my church?"
Amen.
And I said, "Yeah, like, but I'm not ready. Like, I need time. Like, I need brothers to stand beside me, because we need those. They need encouragement. You need someone to lean on.
Can keep you in check. You know, everything.
Yeah,
keep
man.
You, and someone to look up to, someone to keep you accountable, someone to keep you on the straight and narrow. 100%.
We all need that brother, you know.
Yeah.
So that would be something cool to do, is to
help kids that are struggling with that sort of stuff.
kind of like bring them in. And my idea was like,
introduce
bring
them
to a gym.
Yeah, bring it to a gym.
And so on the 4th of July, I went to my friend's house
Yeah.
to go see the fireworks, and he brought his cousins, and they were in high school. And I was drinking Modelo or something, a couple beers in, and I started talking to them. I'm talking to them, and they're telling me about their high school experience, and they're telling me, yeah, kids are bringing guns to school, and everyone's banging, everyone's set claiming, everyone is like, just the streets are just so aggressive, bro, like different than how we grew up.
Right.
Real different. These kids are like 14, 15, 16, talking about you can't wear certain colors, you can't wear a fat hat,
drinking,
you can't wear the hat and walk down this street. I mean, it's real life, bro.
Yeah.
But those kids, they need that.
They need mentors. They need people that are good role models. And they actually need people to keep them in check when they've got no one to keep in check. I'm sure, I grew up very conservative. Went to Christian school. We got disciplined. I remember I was 5 years old. I got the strap at school. My dad, we all got didn't spare the cane, type of thing. So I was like, when I was a brat, when I played up, I got put straight back in line real quick. And it hurt because it was with a stick sometimes.
Yeah.
So but that kept me so knowing the difference between right and wrong, keep me in line, not keep me out of trouble. It wasn't until many years later, until I was in my 30s, that I really had a big screw up. And I realised, because all through my younger years, I had good role model, had a good father figure, and I had good mentors. And I'd look at them and I'd respect them. And whenever I'd screw it up, it'd be like, you punish for it, or you reprimand it, but you learn from it. So that was a great guide. I think definitely, probably a lot of these kids, that's what's probably missing. They haven't got that good, father figure perhaps, or a role model, or someone to, and they've got other bad influences coming in, putting them, egging them on, like people that are they got bad environments. So
I'll be honest, that's what I see on the internet though, right? It's like you get certain. I'm not gonna name the names, but you got when I grew up, there was Jackass, there was Tom Green doing this type of content, and then these kids, like you said, they try to go extra. Yeah. And then extra, that's human nature. We just want to do more and more and more. Right. And then now they do everything for the likes and the views now. It's crazy. You know what I mean? But no, I love that. I mean, I don't even know if I've been talking to Cal about doing an event, but dude, it'd be kind of cool if we did a fitness event, brought some of the community together. Yeah. You guys could talk to them and
So we're the rehab warriors, bro.
Yeah.
We're the reborn. I don't even know, man.
Yeah.
Like we're not supposed to be here.
Right.
We got so for sure.
Second God.
So I work with this. So one of my best friends, he was a pastor, but he was running this thing. Shout out Milo, but he was working and leading this thing called Celebrate Recovery. And it's just with all these recovering addicts.
I think I've heard of that.
Yeah. So it's kind of a church program, but it's they do the 12-step and everything.
Yeah.
But one of the things I've learned is doing white knuckling, it will always fail you. You know what I mean? You can't white knuckle. White knuckling is clenching your fist and just trying to bear it. And I'm too strong. I was you know what? Yeah. The best thing to do is let go.
Yeah.
I always say let go. Yeah. Let God. They say closed fist can't be filled. When you're living life like this, you can't feel nothing, right? So and this is like arrogance. I know everything. I got everything. I could do this on my own. But to your point, like maybe some of these kids, they just open up. You know what I'm saying? And like, you know, have role models like you guys.
Do you reckon that's something you want to do? Like.
I mean, we got to bring a couple beers, bro. We got to loosen these kids up.
Yeah.
Dude, they got some like tough exteriors, you know. What I mean?
Yeah.
But
something to think about.
we can try, you know.
Yeah. I think that'd be super
I wonder
cool.
if there's programs out there. Well, anyway, something to look into for sure.
Yeah.
That'd be cool.
Hey, cool. So I know we were talking about fitness and stuff. So anime.
Yeah.
So I mean, that was earlier.
Down here, often compared to anime character Jack Anma from Bucky.
Oh,
yeah, is that probably the closest when you had your hair
blonde.
changed?
Yeah, it was blonde. Like people were like, Jack Anma.
Yeah.
And I was like,
did you watch it?
hell yeah. Yeah, I watched it.
Is that right?
Yeah, it was good.
It was all right.
It was good.
Yeah. What's your top 5?
Anime?
Yeah, top 5. Because it's hard to put one up a very top, unless you do have a very top one.
I mean, like.
Oh, what are your favorites? What do you reckon?
Okay, so I'm just like Dragon Ball Z, Naruto.
Yeah.
Let me think. Okay, we could do.
Is Demon Slayer up there?
Demon Slayer is up there.
But not
for
top
sure.
5. Because
it's hard, bro.
That's my
I've
first
watched
one.
A lot of anime, like
Yeah.
Yeah.
you know, like, and they're all like, I don't know, they just hit differently.
Different, yeah.
Yep.
So it's really tough.
You guys have that look of like, yeah, you don't know the one
Yeah.
yet. You don't know that level yet, yeah.
Honestly, Samurai Champloo is up
Okay.
in my top 5. One Piece.
Yeah.
I
Did
mean,
you
like,
watch all of them?
Berserk, but like the
One
manga is
Piece.
good, huh?
Did you watch all the One Piece too?
Yeah, I'm caught up. I'm like 10
Dang.
episodes behind right now. But
Yeah.
There's like
1,111, I think.
mhm.
There's a lot. There's a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like yeah.
yeah.
I keep saying you'll see, but like, you know what I mean? You'll see. Like,
Yeah.
you already know, like, you already feel it. Like, you
I
don't want
do.
to, you just keep going to the next, skip intro, and then the next
Dude, it's like
episode.
15, 20 minutes long. Yes.
Yeah, you're like,
Yeah.
I'll get out 5 episodes. It's an hour. What's a 2-hour movie? That's 10
Bang it up.
episodes. All right, I can do 10 episodes tonight.
That's how I feel. I'm like, I start at like 10 o'clock, and then I'm like, it's like 3 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah. But the worst thing is when you run out of like what to watch next, because I feel like
Oh,
I watched
yeah.
most of the good ones.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is there any that you're kind of like you're excited to get into?
Well, right now I'm actually
you
watching The House of the Dragon. That's not an anime.
Oh yeah,
but-
that's on Prime.
yeah. But the last episode was so bad, bro.
Is
Like,
it?
I don't know if
Was
you-
it?
Oh,
I
yeah.
couldn't get into it. I've watched the half of the first season. Couldn't get into it.
That's
Is it-
Game of Thrones.
It's like the
Yeah.
The series, yeah.
Is it before? It's set before Game of Thrones or after?
Yeah,
It's set-
before,
I think it's
yeah.
set before it, right?
Yeah. Are you guys Star Wars fans or Lord of
Yeah.
the Rings?
Yeah.
Or which one's?
Both.
Probably Star Wars.
Which one's Star Wars?
Yeah.
Which
both.
one would you like lean towards?
Probably Lord of the Rings.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'd say Lord of the Rings too.
Lord of the Rings.
I just like I
I'll go
like
with-
Star Wars too, but
Yeah, Star Wars is good.
yeah.
But
The sword. That's why I like the Game of Thrones and the House of the Dragon. And like I
yeah.
thought it was cool because like swords and dragons.
Yeah, they're
and
pointing dragons and stuff, but like Lord of the Rings for its time,
shit. Dude.
the best. Like it came out 2001, 2002, I think.
Mhm.
But it's the only, I think, trilogy or set that's received the most, I think, nominees or Oscars or something. So it's got 18 or something, or awards or something.
Wow.
Whereas I think Harry Potter even got one or something. So when you think of it, like it's like the top, and when you look at it, like for its time, like the characters, the effects,
Dude.
the story, like those battle scenes, they went for like 3 hours. Like,
yeah.
how do you choreograph, like for its time, it's just amazing.
The
I don't
orcs,
know.
like the
orcs, the color
how
of the
real
door.
they look.
Yeah.
It came across real. It was so real.
Yeah.
Like the realism was great. There's less CGI and stuff.
Yep.
You know. Yeah, photo. Yeah, good story. But
Would you think you'd want them to remake those now? Do you think you'd give them a chance?
I'm
or
totally satisfied just rewatching them.
Yeah, true.
once, you know. But I reckon it would be cool. Like they did the Hobbit.
They did.
They did the I don't know about that last chapter. I didn't read about. I read the Hobbit, so I don't remember this guy riding a pig or a bull
pig,
or
yeah.
a goat or something. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know about that
Yeah.
one either.
But it was alright. Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. A lot of like there's more effects.
Yeah.
All right, check it out. So we got one more on here. So you got stabbed.
Yeah.
Oh, and train chest.
And you trained chess right after. What anime were you watching that inspired that?
Is that real? Is that real?
Is that real?
I don't know. Where'd you get this from?
I don't know.
It's on this
Is
paper.
that what happened to you, or
Well, like that's like that's something that's like personal that I talk with my brother about,
yeah,
and I don't think is the best
yeah,
thing for me to like, because when I said that, right, like I said I won that fight. You know, people took that shit and literally like ran with it. So like,
what happened? Do you want to talk about it?
No, it's cool. We can talk about it, but like, I just have never like. There's certain things about my past.
Yeah.
That I don't like to talk about.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yep,
like, and people love to just find shit about me and talk about
sucks.
it.
That's so
you know.
annoying.
So one of these things was just like I wanted to motivate these kids.
Yeah.
I got beat up, and I wanted to motivate these kids to like, you know what I mean? Like, just go hit the gym. You know, like some dumb shit.
Yeah.
And people took it and ran with it, and I was like, damn, like, people were like, yo, like they're hitting the gym, they're hitting me up, telling me that. Damn, like I was sick, but now you got me going into the gym. And like I was like, oh shit, like cool, you know? Yeah. And then so like I'm bandaged the fuck up, and I'm like talking about, I made a video like talking about something about the scriptures, you know, like no weapon formed against me shall prosper, you know? And like I made like 1 or 2 videos like that. And then all of a sudden people just started like making videos about me talking about I'm a liar. And like I wanted to say,
the enemy coming straight out to get you.
And I wanted to say like, my bad guys, like I did lie and I didn't win. Like my bad.
Right.
You know, like you really want to know, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, and then that's when I was like, my personal life isn't someone's game, bro. Like, it's not for someone to tell me like whether I'm natural, whether I'm a liar or I'm truthful. Like, who are you to tell me, bro?
Yeah.
Like, so like that's why like talking about it on this stuff is like
social media
it gets me stirred up because like
of course
it's how I make my it's like now it's like how I make my living.
It's personal too, and it affects you because that's what social media can do. It can attack your privacy, and that's what you're giving up essentially, or you can be giving up. And when they come, it's fine. You can say what you want about me, but when you start making it about my family, what my family's getting put into this that have nothing to do with it. You know, or you're making news out, or you're making stories out of, people or friends that, or whatever, that is like meaningful to me. It like that's like you feel that.
Right.
That's an attack, and that's like it leads to, it just like makes you want to get off it and just not, I
wanted to quit social media so many times, bro.
Give it up because it's just like I'm just feeding these vultures, these like parasites, ammunition and fuel. They just come and suck. They're parasites. They'll just come and suck your blood, and then they'll benefit. And that's all they are.
And you know what? And the terrible thing is you addressing it does nothing because they don't care.
They don't care.
Yeah. All they care about is just tearing you down, dude.
It's a black
Like
vortex.
I had when I was dating my ex and the girl from LA, when we broke up, she took everything out of my crib, dude, and left.
It's
I had no money. And I was in the military. I had to show up to work. You can't just, you're MIA, bro.
Yeah.
Okay, you're getting thrown in the brig. Like it's not a joke. You can't just miss work, bro. Like I told my chief, he was cool with it. He let me have an easier day, but I needed money, bro. I was sleeping on the couch and on the floor. Like I hadn't, we literally, she even took the coffee pot, bro. Like that's my shit. I started modeling in New York City. And I'm 6'3". I was trying to get with Soul. I was it's like a modeling agency in New York City, and I went in. They're like, "Yeah, you're almost too tall. Like you're 6'4". Like we don't like getting guys who are like 6'4". You're a little bit too big. Let's just take your digitals and see what we can do." They never got back to me, but I tried to get it I started doing streetwear stuff, and that wasn't working out because I'm good looking, but I'm not model, those, they just have their shit they're looking for. They have specific things. I ain't have it. And my manager was like, "You should start doing underwear modeling. You have the physique." It was and I started doing it and it was for the money. And I started thinking about it after, they're using me for my body, bro. This is different. I'm not doing it because I love it. I'm doing it because I need money. So I started doing these pictures and underwear, and he's like, "Bro, do a naked shoot."
I just keep pushing the
keep doing. That's it, bro. And I was just like, I need the money. Do a naked shoot. I'm gonna send it to a magazine in Brazil. You'll get paid. And I was like, everything in me, bro. My mom raised me right, but everything in me was like, I can't tell my mom about this. I knew it was wrong. I knew it was going against my moral code.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
But I did it anyway, and I didn't even take the money, bro. I was like, I felt so fucking weird after that. I was like, I'm good. I never hit him up, never talked to him again. He published the video, everything. It got published. He got all them. I never took a cent, bro. Like, I never.
Right.
And people took them pictures, man. And then they're saying, like, I'm gay, and like all this shit.
Yeah,
And then they don't know, bro. Like that I was fucking broke.
Yeah.
Just trying to eat.
Yeah, damn, bro. That's a lot. That's heavy. That's heavy. You can see
Sean,
that. You're weird, bro. All good. Just
One thing I realized, bro. Well, one.
Good. Hey, you know what? We all know that's not you. We know that's, bro. That's just, you know what I call that? That's just survival. All that is it's when you are pushed to the absolute limit. You need to feed yourself. You do whatever you can. You know, back in at least you're not stabbing someone or killing people for food. You know what I mean? There's so many worse things. There's so many other things that, you know, you could have done. But at the end of the day, this was right in front of you. And you just like all that, that's what they do. They just squeeze you. They just squeeze you, push you. And then you're at this limit where it's like, okay, I got to feed. Whatever you do, it's survival. You're just coping. You're doing what you have to do to get from one day to the next. And like I said, like, you know, if you're still doing that now, then obviously that's you. Yeah, of course, bro. You're doing that. But you know, that was like the fact that you just turned down the money. You felt ugly, gross, man. I've been in plenty of those situations. You're not the only one. And I'm sure there are other people out there. But it's good that you go, you know, that's like your gut, your spirit telling you straight up. This is not me, and I'm not doing this. I'm not going that road. I'm not subscribing to that. And devil can't win. And you're just going to go like, little detour, whatever. But yeah, you just hit a little bump in the road.
I know, and that's really
swerve.
And that's the thing about social media is it was a bump in the road for me.
Yeah.
But people, of course, you know what they're going to judge. They're going to critique.
Yeah.
There's a scripture in the Bible somewhere like they'll persecute, come after you, whatever. Like Jesus, they just all of his disciples, they all got like tortured, murdered. They all just came because they believed in God. They believed in Jesus. They all got arrested and put in jail because they were telling the truth. You know, so. You know, people, you know, just come after you for, it doesn't even matter. Good, bad, there's always going to be those little fucking parasites that's coming there.
Like, Sean, I appreciate you opening up. Not only that, I think this environment right here, between us, you got to understand, like, I know you just met me too, but like, I don't do things just for the surface of money. I'm like, yo, we're here for a temporary time.
I want to give you a hug, mate, but I'm too far away.
I didn't even want to tell you. Like, I honestly, like, I wasn't even, I don't know why I said what I said.
It's all right.
Hey, it just came out and like
it's good. Air it out.
It's off now.
Yeah.
Like,
but I'll say this.
You know, it's probably because you don't know why. Because sometimes you don't know why. You don't have to know why. But the fact that it's come out, you can probably breathe easy.
I can,
you
bro.
Air it out. You know, that's just like said your piece. Catch you later.
The past is to learn from, not living.
Yep.
You know, you don't take the old things into new things. Yep. The old you has to go. The old you has to die. And who cares? Anybody can clown me for my past. It doesn't matter. Hey, what are you gonna see about my future? You don't even know who I'm gonna be. So if you judge LeBron James by when he was 16, 17, it's like, yo, bro, are you kidding me? Like, look at my legacy now. The bounce back sometimes is greater than just what you were starting at the beginning. Like, look at Calum.
Remember, the arrow's got to go backwards before it goes forwards.
Hey.
You got to pull it backwards. You'll just pull it back a little bit further.
But maybe today we address some stuff too. But real talk is, hey, honestly, I'll tell you this, and I'm glad that you shared, because there's one point I've been thinking a lot. There's a major attack on identity with the next generation. They think their identity is rooted on their online personas, and that is not true. Who cares? That's not their business. And you have a judgment because you watched a 15-second video of what I like, bro. Like, you didn't sit down and talk to me for an hour and a half.
Exactly.
You didn't break bread with me. Hey, why don't I tell you a little bit more? Dude, everyone on like, because now that I've been working with Cal a little bit more with social media, man, people just go in there and they say whatever. It's like, we're humans.
Yeah.
Are you trying to get me to stop being human? I'm a human being. It's my job to be human.
Yeah,
it's my job to be vulnerable. Like, I don't want to have to be strong. So you at least even saying that, that's human to me. You know what's worse? Is you going through what you went through and you saying, I'm fine, guys. Hey, on my next TikTok video, you know what I'm saying?
What, Sean? That's so crazy, bro. Because it's so LA, dude.
And don't get caught up in this. Yo, bro, I told you, I live in Hawaii, dude. I call it the California chase and climb. Bro, it's a ladder and it's a race. Everywhere you go, it's like, yo, what about just chilling and being in nature?
Tell me what's wrong with you. Like, tell me what you're going through.
Yeah.
That's the
common something real, bro. Like
that's the common denominator of all human. Watch, the common denominator of all human beings is some form of pain. If you don't got pain and you didn't go through something, I'm like, you robot then. I don't even know who you are.
That's so
Dude, you know, here's another one. I went to this man camp, like it was a Kingdom man camp. It was like this thing with Inspired Church in Hawaii. 420 men got together, and they called it like testosterone and tears. Big dudes, right? They're physical, all these things, but this pastor, I love what he said. He said, pain is a partner to wisdom. But when you go through pain and you try to numb the pain, you don't get the wisdom. But if you go through pain and you go through it and you persevere through it, you get the wisdom. So all these people, when they go through pain, they try to do drugs, they drink alcohol, they get girls, they go on the internet, and they're just numbing the pain. When you numb the pain, you don't get the wisdom. But when you persevere through the pain, you get through it. Like even that shoot that you did, right? Yeah. Hey, guess what? One of the things of this theme of this podcast, I'll be real with you, right? It just feels like you've gone through adversity and you go and you push through it. Hey, they said, hey, you can't join the Coast Guard because of a bee allergy. Hey, you didn't say, I accept that.
Yeah, you didn't accept it.
You didn't accept it. Yo.
You made adjustments for it.
Sure about that?
Yeah. We can, you see?
Hey,
figured it out. Broke the rules. Yeah.
That's the key to success. Yeah. Hey, don't accept what they tell you.
Yeah.
Like he said, I love his quote. He said, I can't do it in my Australian accent.
They tried to bury me, but they didn't know I was a seed. Try and bury you, mate, but you're a seed. You grow into a massive oak tree.
Hey, you get buried because you're a human being, you die. Yeah. Fine.
We'll wrap this up, yeah? But before I forget, you got to watch Hell's Paradise.
Oh,
There's some good stuff in there.
Right,
find strength in weakness, find weakness in strength. So what I was just thinking about before is like, everything that you're able to talk about today, you're showing weakness, but a lot of people are going to find strength in your weakness. All right? So being weak helps the weaker see strength, like they'll find strength in that. And being strong, but there's strength in weakness and there's weakness in strength. So when the strong, when the weak, I can't remember. You got to watch Hell's Paradise anyway. So you know.
Hey, Hell's Paradise, you better sponsor our show, dude.
Hey,
Shizzy though, Sean, I would love, like honestly, that idea you had about community.
Yeah. Community or helping the youth, like a peer mediator or something. I'll be down to get involved with that in any way, or do talk about it, or do something. See how I've got friends in Oz who actually do it. Yeah. They work with kids after school, or even kids out of school from 14 to like 26, foster care, rehab, drugs, all that sort of stuff, just guidance type of thing. But yeah, so would definitely be interested in because I was thinking about doing that when I was thinking about getting off social media. Was I wanted to help people in need, because I was being someone who benefited from it. I was like, damn, I've got to help next. I can at least help someone else, or avoid what I've been through, or you've been through. So definitely. But I know you've got stuff to do today. Yeah. So we have to wrap this up.
Late shoot.
Yeah. Thanks for coming on board today, mate. It's been great to catch
great
up.
Environment.
Yeah.
You can tell the presence of God is in here, man.
Amen, brother.
So
yeah. Thanks for watching, guys. See you next time.